I was going to make a video talking about a recent document that was released about me, but the situation has gotten much more serious as I realize the damage that I've caused.
Another person in the ArtCC has been outed as a bad person. Gee, that's surprisingly new. In other news, there's gonna be a sunrise tomorrow morning. Before I begin, I would like to make some disclaimers regarding this video. Number 1. One of the subjects involved in this video goes by a different name than they used to, due to identifying under a different name and gender. If you know the user by the name of Birdie within the animation meme community from years ago, a drama I actually made reference to in my last video, which I to this day do not know anything about, then you should know they now go by he, they pronouns, and they have changed their name to Jack. This is the ArtCC. Half the people in it are trans. When talking about their drama, I will refer to them as Birdie, but for the rest of the video, I will call them Jack as that is what they wish to be called. Number 2, this video is going to be monetized. I'm only going to use some of the money to pay the thumbnail artist and the editor of the video, but the rest of the money will go to Jack's GoFundMe to help them with their situation. If you would like to donate to the GoFundMe yourself, a link to it will be down below in the description and the pinned comment, along with a link to another GoFundMe to help save my friend's family restaurant. I know it doesn't seem like the time for it, but I promised my friend I would shout it out in every single video until we raise the money for it. I'm bringing all of this up so people don't scream at me in the comments, "You're monetizing something serious, how dare you!" And number 3, some of the stuff you may hear me talk about in this video will be a bit troubling to some, but I am going to keep my wording simple and brief, and show evidence that will be highly censored. The evidence I gathered are from 2 documents, and I am also linking them in the description down below so you can see them for yourself, but please look with caution. Anyways, let's get on with the video. Now you might have heard of the Birdie drama, back when they were bashed by the ArtCC for seemingly no reason. After all of that drama, they became best friends with Synni Bear 03, who I will just be referring to as Synni for the duration of this video. They moved in together around 10 months ago, but unfortunately, Jack found out Synni was sending very bad messages to a 14-year-old by the name of Enno. Now I want to make this clear in case you missed it. Jack wasn't the main victim in all of this, and they were also not the person who gathered all the evidence. They were just roommates with Synni, and they were the main person to do a video on this topic, which caused this situation to blow up. I wouldn't have learned about this situation for a longer time if they didn't make this video. There are 2 docs that compiled all the evidence of what Synni did. The first one has 111 pages. Sure, it's long, but it's mostly just screenshots. Now some of you may be asking, how old was Synni when this all happened? Was she 16 when she was talking to the 14-year-old? Or 17? Nope, she was 20, about to turn 21. Like her birthday was right around the corner. If you don't want to read the full thing, I will also be linking a video that goes over the full doc. The victim also made their own doc, and it's, oh god, 188 pages long. But it's almost entirely just made up of screenshots, so it's not as long as it may seem at first. Now some of you might say that these screenshots are out of context, or maybe the messages are fake. After all, Discord is one of the easiest websites to use to fake messages. I mean, it's happened to me before, so it might have happened to Synni. But the thing is, those allegations aren't just allegations anymore because Synni admitted to it.
I've been an irresponsible content creator, and I've been acting inappropriately towards my fans. This alone is enough for me to realize I need to make sweeping changes to how I conduct myself and how I interact with my fans. But the most serious thing I've done is I've groomed a minor. I became friends with a 14-year-old after I made a mental note to myself to not become friends with minors again, and I overshared with them. I shared graphic, explicit materials with them when I shouldn't have. I groomed this child, and I knew what I was doing was wrong, and I betrayed everyone who looked up to me. I betrayed my friends. I've done the worst possible thing I could have done, and I'm suffering for my choices.
On the one hand, I am happy she admitted to it so fast, but on the other hand, she groomed a minor!
I'm going to seek therapy. I'm stepping away from my social medias, and I'm going to try to figure out why I felt it was appropriate to talk to my fans this way.
Why is it that every YouTuber says they will get therapy in their apology? I could go over the proof in the doc, but the drama seems like it's already over. Proof of what she did came out, her roommate talked about it, making the situation blow up, and she admitted to it. It's like that one clip from Rick and Morty.
And now, another with mystery. I just want to know who could have done something like this. It's a travesty. I did. See this knife and all the blood on it? Here's my fingerprints. Guilty. I sentenced you to life in prison.
By the way, according to Jack, this was not the first time she's done something like this.
Sok has expressed discomfort with Synni multiple times, and Synni hasn't made an effort to change anything. She made graphic rape comics, including Sok's characters, and sent them to people she barely knew, who then leaked them because she didn't fucking know them. Sok expressed discomfort again, and Synni doubled down and told Sok off because she can cope however she wants, I guess. I haven't looked at the screenshots. I've only heard like testimony of this, but it's disturbing. She has an obsession with Boy to this very day. Before I found out about all this, Synni actually DM'd me last night and said, oh, Boy's yelling at me, because I think she has like an imaginary version of him. I don't know. And I was like, why is he yelling at you? And she's like, I don't feel comfortable saying. And then I found out from someone else what she did, and she just wasn't gonna tell me.
After looking at the doc, there's even more proof that she has done stuff like this before lots of times. I mean, the signs were there in public for years. Just take a look at her channel. There are tons of videos where she would make suggestive animations of a minor character from My Little Pony. By that I mean Scootaloo isn't a minor character from My Little Pony, but that she's a minor character. She's underage. That's the point I'm trying to make. Now granted, she was a minor when she made these animations, but the thing is, she was a Coomer back then, and she's still a Coomer now. A lot of the titles of her older videos have aged very, very poorly. I could end the video right here, but I think a lot of you want me to be as transparent as possible and go over the two really big dogs. I've seen a lot of false information get spread around about this situation, and I want you all to understand exactly what's going on, because let's be honest here, most people aren't going to go through two massive dogs. But basically, she had a Discord that was a 13+ server full of minors. Sure, PG-13 movies and games are a thing, but I'm not a fan of 13+ Discords full of adults, minors, and people talking inappropriately. Synni has made it clear in her server that it's a 13+ Discord and not safe for work topics are not allowed to be discussed in it. This includes messages, images, or whatever else. Everyone else seemed to follow this rule, except for Synni herself. Hell, her YouTube banner is pretty ironic when you consider everything she got away with for so long. Now granted, the old stuff she did wasn't that bad. Sure, making a 17-year-old uncomfortable when you're 19 isn't good, but it's not pedo stuff in my book. I'm one of those people who defended Call Me Carson, so I can't say she should be kicked off the internet for doing the same. If you would like to know the story between her and the 17-year-old minor, well basically she sent a bunch of inappropriate messages to the minor. And then she sent the minor a whole bunch of hardcore corn comics. One of these comics involved an FNF character by the name of Boy. He was graphically essaying another character supposedly for the punishment of molesting children. Lovely. Oh, and by the way, to make everything worse, the OC by the name of Boy was created by a minor.
Ooh, that's bad.
The minor called out Synni for this, and she apologized and made a promise that she would never ever do something like this again.
That's good.
Now the stuff she did to the 14-year-old when she was 20 is in a whole new ballpark of bad. A 14-year-old is just 1 year older than a cupcake.
Can I go now?
But we aren't quite there yet, so put a pin in that for now. 1 year before this, she did inappropriate stuff with a 15-year-old when she was 18. This is bad, but it's a 3-year age gap, and most people only gave her a slap on the wrist for this because of Romeo and Juliet laws.
Protected by the Romeo and Juliet laws.
We dated for a little while. I was a sophomore and he was a senior. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship. Statute 2705-3.
Granted, a lot of people don't agree with Romeo and Juliet laws, especially when it involves a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old, or a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old. After all, a 19-year-old can vote, get drafted, and do a bunch of other stuff, but a 17-year-old is still in high school, and a 15-year-old is only in their second year of high school. However, people are also more forgiving about this stuff when it's over the internet. Me hitting on a 17-year-old in real life is different than me hitting on a 17-year-old over the internet. After all, I can see the 17-year-old in in real life, but on the internet, I can't see what they look like. On the internet, I hear someone talking to me. In real life, I see a minor in front of me. Granted, I'm a lot older than Synni. If I'm talking to a 17-year-old, yeah, I'm gonna get a lot more crap for it. The example I'm giving only works if I'm 17 or 18. She would also post gore and say inappropriate things where minors as young as 14 were present. Sure, this isn't good, but it's nothing that would get you that much backlash. But she still got some backlash, and this stuff that is, let's be honest here, small potatoes compared to grooming a 14-year-old. Most of the stuff in the doc doesn't really show her doing that much bad stuff at the start. Honestly, I've seen more sus stuff in animes I watched as a kid. I don't think having your OC in a suggestive pose where minors can see it is that big of a deal. If it was, then the doc maker would also be at fault. Also, anyone who made a video about this situation, as they were linking the doc showing images of her OC in sexy outfits, would also be at fault. Guys, you can't call something porn, then put it in a video without age restricting it! Sure, the doc does censor out a few things, but it doesn't look like anything that bad was blocked out. Like this image was gore art, not her being topless, or at least that's what I've been told. Yes, her avatar is in underwear, but they're not fully naked. But then you have things that are a little bit worse, like her saying to a 13-year-old that she's looking for a not safe for work chatbot to talk to because she's horny. She was 17 at the time, and if she was a man, he would have gotten a few side glances at him for doing something like this. Maybe this is just me, but I don't think you need to be telling 15, 14, and 13-year-olds that you're horny. I skimmed over the doc because most of the stuff I saw in it was small potatoes compared to the accusation I heard about her grooming a 14-year-old. Then, when I finally got to the end of the shorter doc, I found out that the bigger and longer doc was the one about the grooming. Now, I want to make this clear. I do not believe Synni is a pedo. She more than likely would have done this with anyone regardless of age. The 14-year-old who made the doc even thinks that this is the case. She was being irresponsible by talking to the 14-year-old this way, but I don't think she was doing it to get with the 14-year-old.
I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want this pattern to repeat itself. I want to be better. Nothing I do will ever make this right. But I want to make sure it never happens again.
She just wanted the 14-year-old to be comfortable with conversations like this because she wanted to talk about horny stuff. No, I do not know why she couldn't talk to an adult about this kind of stuff. She brought up that she talked to this 14-year-old because she was as open about not safe for work stuff as she was. And yeah, of course she was. She just started puberty. Yes, Synni knew the minor's age. She asked early in the convo. Sure, she could have forgotten this person's age. I talk to a lot of people myself, and it's hard to keep track of stuff like this sometimes. But she acknowledged that this person was young a few more times. Then they started to talk about, not safe for work stuff. I know some people will try to downplay this because Synni is a 20-year-old girl, but if she was a 20-year-old man talking to a 14-year-old boy or girl like this, you know how you would react. Of course, she tested the boundaries of this 14-year-old more and more. After a few more messages, she started sending some softcore corn to this minor. For those of you who do not know what softcore corn is, well, think of it like the sexy jutsu from Naruto. Sure, it's a bit risque, but under the law it would not be considered hardcore corn. She would detail sexual fantasies she had to this 14-year-old. This kept on escalating until Synni, she sent the same not safe for work essaying comic to this minor, and requested this minor to draw even more corn of the character of Boy and Nightmare Sans. From the censoring job, it looks like a few parts of this comic would have been legally classified as hardcore corn. I should also note that Synni did not tell her roommate or friends about what she was doing. Just to make this clear, for 6 months, she was sending corn to a 14-year-old when she was 20. She knew it was wrong, but she kept on doing it.
I'm ashamed of myself for doing this and hurting everyone.
I first discovered Synni through her video on Spocter. Other than that, I just saw her video on Lio and Peaches, along with the first few minutes of her video on Deadwing Dork. Do you think she complained about him victim blaming as she was grooming the 14-year-old? Ironically, Synni brought up that she was moving in with Jack at the very end of her Spocter video.
I'm moving out soon. My original plan was to move out in January, but things have changed. I'm going cross-country to pick up my friend so that we can roommate together. They've been an online friend for a long time, and they've been dealing with a really unsafe living situation for a while now, so I want to go get him. My family has been really, really adamant about me not doing this, though. They already hated the idea of me moving out so soon, but they hate my roommate even more.
When I heard this, I thought nothing of it, but now it looks like Synni is going to have to move back in with her parents. That is, if they will take her back in.
I understand they're worried for my safety, but the way they've gone about being worried has been really stressful. I need to go on this road trip, I need to help my friend, and I need to make my own decisions. I need to get out of this house.
Synni, you will get a normal job and work 9 to 5, thinking back on what you could have had if you just didn't groom that 14-year-old. In a few years, people will forget all about you, and you will go from someone tons of people looked up to just another background character. The funniest part about all of this is you didn't do what you did with that 14-year-old because you wanted to get with them, you just couldn't stop cooming. You coomed until you groomed. I never even heard of a situation like this happening until now. You didn't send nudes to the minor, nor did you ask for nudes from the minor. You just wanted them to draw porn. I swear only in the ArtCC can something like this happen. I do feel bad for Jack. They had to deal with so much drama growing up on the internet, and when they finally found someone who loved them for them, that person was revealed to be a predator. Grooming doesn't just hurt the victim, or the reputation of the person who did the grooming, but it also hurts the people around them, those who are close to them. Now Synni, when you made your video on Spoctor, who by the way didn't have as much proof against him as you saw what happened to him. You saw the backlash he got and how scared he was. Sure, he had the nudes of a 13-year-old on his drive, but we don't know what he did with them, only that he said he destroyed it after he turned 18. Maybe he forgot about it, then stumbled upon it, or looked at it every day. We don't know for sure. There was a lot, I mean a lot more proof against you for what you did, and what you did was much more recent. Just like EDP, you were given a lot of warnings, and you had a few close calls. I want to make this clear, I'm not saying she's as bad as EDP. You had the choice to walk away, but you wanted the forbidden fruit so badly that you gave up paradise. And you didn't even really want the forbidden fruit, you just didn't care who you were talking to about this stuff because you're a coomer. Being a big YouTuber with tons of fans is all gone, and you will more than likely never get it back. Sometimes I look back on the story of Adam and Eve and see how they had everything and gave it up to break the one rule they had to follow. They lost out on paradise forever. There's truly only two things that can get you cancelled: pee-pee around kids or giving up. You can lie about people over and over, but still have a platform on YouTube if you don't give up. You can expose your folder full of horses and anime children and still have a platform. You can do anything on YouTube as long as you don't give up or groom a minor. I want to make this clear, you'll still get backlash for doing all those things, but if you don't give up, you can still have a chance to make a comeback. You did the one thing people can't forgive, and you lost it all.
I don't know if I can ever come back to my platform, and it's my own fault.
Others will see what you did and make the same mistake, just like you did with Spoctor. It's not up to me to pass judgment on you. It's up to the audience, and looking at how they pass judgment on people like EDP, Cosmodor, and others, I don't think they will forgive you anytime soon, if ever.
I draw a line here. I can't have you doing these things with kids. I can't live with someone who is taking advantage of children. I can't.
I don't want to anymore.
But you still did, and that's the issue. You can't undo this. Like, you have done this with so many people, and it's okay.
No,
it's okay.
I want to be better. I want to do better. I want to do
You can't come back from this. You can't come back. You can. It's okay, but Synni,
Jack, I cannot lose you.
I don't feel safe here anymore after learning what happened. Dude, I was fucking crying my eyes out earlier when I found out what you did.
Jack, please.
Broke my heart, Synni, that you would do that.
The worst part is, you didn't do this because you're a pedo. You did it because you couldn't stop cooming. They had urges, you just didn't care. To any minors who are watching this video, I want you also to take away a lesson from this video. Be on guard when it comes to people who make animations of cartoons or games you like. Just because they don't like Andrew Tate or Sneeko, it doesn't mean they are a good person. You can watch their videos freely, but be careful when you interact or talk with them. If they say something that makes you uncomfortable, get out of there and tell someone you trust. Synni did not start in the Art CC, but she joined the Art CC and now she has fallen. Yeah, partially thanks to PK Russell, a lot of people who made animation memes also started to make Art CC content. Other people are leaving the Art CC. Heaton Mitsuru is gone. People like Mushroom Girl and F-Rom are getting bashed. The days of the Art CC are numbered, and one day they won't be able to hurt anyone anymore. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, is that this is a cautionary tale of what not to do on the internet. Anyways, I gotta get back to work on my Lio video now. So to everybody watching this video, I just want to wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night.